She called for help, but no one came. And just like that, Erin Gilbert vanished forever. How does a woman disappear in the middle of a crowded festival?
She was young, ambitious, and full of life. A 24-year-old woman chasing new beginnings in Alaska. Then, on one summer night in 1995, she went to a festival and was never seen again.
No body, no confirmed sightings, one cryptic phone call, and the missing woman who seemed to vanish into thin air.
What really happened to Erin Gilbert that night? Did she wander off? Did she meet the wrong person? Or is someone hiding the truth?
Erin Marie Gilbert was 24 years old. She's full of ambition and ready to take on the world.
Born on May 4, 1971, in San Francisco, California, she grew up alongside her two sisters, Stephanie and Catherine. She spent much of her childhood in Everett, Washington, where she was known for her sharp wit, infectious personality, and relentless drive to succeed.
But one night, a simple trip to a local festival took an unexpected turn, one that leaves more questions than answers.
Erin wasn't just another free-spirited adventurer. She was focused, ambitious, and had a clear vision for her future. She had a passion for writing, loved playing basketball, and dreamed of attending cosmetology school to become a professional hairdresser. Her outgoing nature and natural charisma made her the kind of person who could strike up a conversation with anyone.
In 1994, Erin made a bold decision. She moved to Alaska, seeking a fresh start and new opportunities.
She settled in with her older sister, Stephanie, her husband, and their two young children at Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage. It was a major life change, but Erin embraced it. She found work as a nanny for a family her sister knew, helping take care of children while she planned her next steps.
If you're still here, you're part of the club, curious, thinking, and looking for answers. So why not make it official? Hit subscribe and like this video so I can keep making deep dive cases like this. Together, we'll uncover the stories the world tries to forget. By all accounts, Erin was thriving. She's making a new life, making new friends, and on track to achieving her dreams. But then came July 1, 1995, the night everything changed.
Erin left home for what should have been a fun night out in the Girdwood Forest Fair, a popular local festival south of Anchorage. She was with a man she had recently met, David Combs, someone she barely knew.
She never came home. What started out as a casual date turned into Alaska's one of most haunting missing persons cases. So what happened to Erin Gilbert that night? And why, after almost 3 decades, has no one been able to find her? Let's break down the case.
It was July 1, 1995, a warm summer evening in Alaska. Erin Gilbert had plans, a first date with a man she had just met days earlier. His name is Dave Combs. They had met at Chilcoot's Charlie's, a well-known Anchorage bar often called Coots, famous for its rowdy atmosphere and live music. Their destination was the Girdwood Forest Fair, a popular local event about 40 miles south of Anchorage. The fair was bustling with life, filled with artisans, food vendors, live music, and a packed beer garden. It was the kind of place where people gathered to celebrate, dance, and enjoy the long daylight hours of an Alaskan summer. At around 4 p.m., Erin and Dave left Anchorage, making the scenic hour-long drive down the Seaward Highway, with mountains on one side and the Turnagain Arms glistening waters on the other.
Everything seemed normal. It was just another couple heading out for a fun evening until things took a dark turn.
By 6 p.m., witnesses saw Erin and Dave inside the beer garden, surrounded by festival goers. She was dressed in a black leather jacket, black and white striped shirt, and jeans. Her signature bright blue sunglasses likely tucked away in her pocket. She stood out, not just because of her striking hazel eyes and dark bobbed hair, but because of the way she carried herself, confident, social, comfortable in any crowd.
But at some point, the night shifted. Something went wrong, and Erin was never found again.
According to David Combs, the night was supposed to end like any other. Drive back to Anchorage, drop Erin off, maybe plan another date. But that's just not what happened. After leaving the Girdwood Forest Fair, David says they returned to his car only to find the battery dead. He claimed he had accidentally left the headlights on.
His solution was to walk to a nearby friend's house to ask for help. He told Erin to wait in the car, assuring her that he wouldn't be long. But here is where things don't add up.
David has gone for 2 hours. He says he couldn't find the house, wandering around before eventually giving up and heading back. 2 hours in a small town? When he returned, Erin was missing. The car was exactly where he left it. But Erin, she's gone. No sense of a struggle, no note. She just disappeared. And then, suddenly, the car started. David got in, turned the key, and the engine roared to life. No jump start, no help. It just started.
David's next move was he drove back to the fairgrounds. He says he searched for Erin until 1 a.m. He asked around, and then he just left. He never called the police, never reported her missing, and never stayed behind to look for her.
The next morning at 7 a.m., David called Erin's sister, Stephanie, and asked if Erin had made it home. She hadn't. That's when the real search began.
When Erin didn't come home, her family knew something was wrong. She wasn't the type to disappear without a word. And yet, there was silence.
Stephanie and her husband rushed to Girdwood that morning. They arrived at the festival grounds before sunrise, desperate to find Erin. They searched the parking lot, the surrounding woods, and every corner of the fairgrounds. They even borrowed a loudspeaker from the festival stage, calling Erin's name over and over.
But there was no response, no sign of her, nothing.
Alaska state troopers were called in. They launched a full-scale search operation, sending out helicopters, search dogs, and dozens of officers to comb through the dense Alaskan wilderness. But not a single clue was found. No footprints, no clothing, no belongings, no trace of Erin. It was as if she vanished into thin air. Witnesses at the fair were questioned. Had anyone seen Erin leave the festival? Walk alone? Get into a car? Try to hitchhike?
The answer was always the same. No. No one remembered seeing Erin leave. No one recalled her asking for help. In a crowded festival filled with people, she just disappeared.
Her family refused to believe she left on her own. Erin was responsible, careful, and always told people where she was going. If she had planned to leave with someone, she should have told her sister, but she didn't. So where was Erin? And how did she vanish without a trace?
After almost 3 decades, Erin Gilbert's disappearance still remains a mystery with no clear answers. But over the years, 3 main theories have emerged. Which one of these do you agree with?
Theory number 1, she walked away theory. Some believe Erin got tired of waiting, left the car, and wandered off into the Alaskan wilderness. Maybe she got lost, disoriented, and succumbed to the elements. But if that were the case, why wasn't a single trace of her ever found? No footprints, no clothing, no remains. Wouldn't search teams have discovered something? Theory number 2, the foul play theory. Did someone take Erin? She was young, beautiful, and alone in a crowded festival. Was she targeted? Did she accept a ride from the wrong person? If she had walked back towards the fairgrounds looking for her, Could she have crossed paths with someone dangerous? With no sightings and no physical evidence, it's hard to know. But one thing is clear: people don't just vanish into thin air. Theory number 3: the David Combs theory. Then there's David, the last person to see Erin alive. Did he tell the whole truth? His story has too many strange details. The 2-hour walk home, the car that mysteriously started on its own, the fact that he never called the police, and when investigators asked him to take a polygraph test, he refused. There's no hard evidence against him, but something about his story just doesn't add up. But what do you think? Comment your thoughts below. If you were the investigator, what would be your next move? Erin's family is still searching, still waiting, still hoping for answers. Someone out there knows what happened, and one day, the truth will come out.
Subscribe to Case Solvers Club for more cases like this. We investigate, we analyze, and we uncover the truth, one case at a time.